everybody. I'm so excited to be here speaking to you today about my career. So, I'm an attorney and I practice criminal law. What I do for work is I advocate for the community and I work with local agencies to help keep our community safe. That includes people like you and your families. In order to become an attorney and do the job that I do, I did have to get a formal education. So typically, college is 4 years, and then after college, to be a lawyer, you have to go to law school for 3 years. And so that's a total of 7 years. And then you also have to take a test called the Texas Bar Exam, or you take the test for whatever state you live in. So for me, I went to college. I went to Southern Methodist University in Dallas, and I obtained 2 degrees from Southern Methodist University. I have a degree in political science, and I also have a degree in sociology. I was able to cut down the amount of time that it took for me to complete college by working really hard. And so I finished college in 3.5 years. And the other good thing is that I was actually able to pay for college from grants and scholarships so that I didn't have to pay any money out of pocket to go to college. After I graduated from college, I then went to law school and I went to the University of Houston Law Center in Houston, Texas, and I graduated from there in 2.5 years. And my point in saying that is sometimes when you tell people how long it takes to be a lawyer, they kind of get discouraged because they think it takes too long. It does take a long time, but it goes by fast, I promise, and it's so worth it. It is so worth it if you get to do a career that you love. And if you work really hard, maybe you can shorten the amount of time that it takes you to finish as well. In my job duties, I go to court a lot and I am constantly meeting with people, just making sure that I can do everything possible to make sure that our communities are safe and that people who experience traumatic events know that they are heard and that they are seen and that there is someone working on their behalf. So I absolutely love my job. I love what I do. And I also wear many different hats. So that is my primary job. And then I also own my own business. And I started a business with my husband, Chris. And we like to speak to students like you and speak to people in the community to let them know that you can do anything you want to do, you can be anything that you want to be. And we share our stories like this to help motivate, encourage, and inspire you to let you know that you can do the same things that we were able to do in becoming attorneys. The biggest tip that I have for you is this. Always keep in mind that your career is what you do, but your character is who you are. So a lot of times when people are talking to kids like you, they ask them, what do you want to do when you grow up? What do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to do? What do you want to be? That question is constantly being posed to you so that you can decide where it is you see your life going. And it's a very important question and one that you should know. But what I want to leave you guys with is that your career does not define who you are. It is important for you to have good character in addition to going to school, getting an education, and becoming an attorney, right? Having a great career won't make you happy if you don't have good character. So make sure that you are being kind, make sure that you are helping in your community, and most importantly, find something that you love to do and do it well.
Hi everyone, my name is Chris Lopez and I'm a lawyer. And what I do in my job is I practice labor and employment law for the federal government. And so basically what I do in my job is I advocate for workers like your mom and dad on behalf of the federal government. And so what I really love about my job and what gets me going every day is that I get to go to work and advocate so that workers like your mom and dad are protected and they're working in a safe environment and are treated right as workers. And so when I decided to become a lawyer, I did have to get a formal education. And I went to undergrad and got a 4-year degree from Stephen F. Austin State University, where I was also an athlete. And then I went on to go to law school at Texas Southern University, which was took me 3 years to get that degree. And then after I graduated law school, I had to sit and take the test to become a lawyer, which is called the Texas bar exam. Um, and then also, what I do on the side is my wife and I have started a business of motivational speaking and life coaching. And so, in that job, I get to do exactly what I'm doing here and speaking to you. And hopefully, in that job, I get to motivate people. And I hope this is motivating you. And so, my tip to you all is that when you are striving forward, set goals for yourself and work really hard to meet those goals. And if you do that, I'm confident that you all will be exactly what you want to be.
Hello, everybody. My name is Derek Lopez, and I'm a senior operations engineer for Lockheed Martin Aeronautics. I was born in Houston, Texas, but raised primarily in Dallas, Texas, over in the Oak Cliff area known as Wynwood. But I graduated from South Grand Prairie High School, where I lettered in track and field and football. Uh, because of my athletic ability, though, I was awarded 9 scholarship offers where I chose on signing day to attend Texas State University. At Texas State University, I played football. I also ran track for 2 years, and I declared a major my freshman year as an industrial engineering student. Being an engineering school student and a football player was a very, very tough thing, and also something that I was discouraged not to do because most jocks, as you know, are not known to be smart. But since I am a math and science nerd per se, it was something that I took personal and I wanted to do. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that it was easy. It took me almost 4 to 5 years, which is at the time was a typical course load for industrial engineers because of all the math and science you have to do. Texas State University, I played football for 4 years, and I also ran track for 2. The major I chose was industrial engineering. Um, Industrial engineering is about a 4 to 5 year course load, and it's very, very vast in math and science. Why I chose industrial engineering, me personally, is because I'm naturally a problem solver. Engineers are supposed to be people who think, people who like to think because they give them a problem and supposed to provide solutions. So talking to some of my peers going in trying to figure out my major, the course load, which was heavy in math and science, was something that I particularly love, and the fact that we're sought out to be people who solve problems, which goes hand in hand with my personality. But doing that and being a starter on the football field is something that is very discouraged. One, because most people believe that jocks cannot handle the course load nor so have the ability to do that. That is something that I chose to fight against since the day I declared my major. So now, for my job, I work in space and defense. What we do now is pretty much we innovate, we create large structures that help defend our country. My job consists of how we strategize, how Lockheed Martin builds different weaponries for different governments around the world. Those things consist of things you commonly see as jets or airplanes, F-35s, X-16s, SR-22s, rocket ships, from top secret to public trust. Some of the perks of my job is I get to see, work with, and handle some of the most advanced technologies known to man today. I get to build a structure that sends somebody to Mars or build something that shoots somebody across the world in 8 minutes. See some of the most vast technologies that won't come out until guys that are now in the 5th grade won't see until they're 30 years old. I get to hold a secret clearance, which is something that somebody I've never thought that I'll be able to do coming from where I come from. I get to do things that's challenging and new each day. I get to work with world governments all over the world, from China to India. My advice will consist of getting a plan, sticking to your plan, and being motivated to stay a course. Because there will be a lot of chances, a lot of times where people will try to talk you out of it. Specifically, if you are doing something that's unheard of, there's always going to be people telling you cannot do it. So it's up to you to be motivated to get those things done.
Hello, I am Anika Ramos. I am a family medicine physician. With being a family medicine physician, I am a doctor that takes care of the whole family. So I take care of you guys. I take care of you guys as younger brothers and sisters. I take care of you all's parents and your grandparents and uncles and aunts. So I take care of the whole family. A normal day for me is going to work, and I go in pretty early, 8 o'clock, from 8 o'clock to about 5 o'clock, and in that time I am seeing patients. I do get a lunch break. I get an hour lunch break, but I see patients of all different ages. I see patients with all different complaints, come in with a sore throat, come in with following up their blood pressure, coming in for just a checkup. And so throughout the day, my day pretty much stays the same each day, but who I see, how many patients I see, and what the patients are coming in, that changes. That's one pretty cool thing about being family medicine, is that you kind of see a little bit of everything. You see a little bit of everybody, so the day does not get boring at all. I formal schooling, so you do need quite a bit of school in order to become a doctor. But one thing I wanted to share with you all is a lot of times when you think about your doctors, you might think about them being old. And I'm not old. I am 36 years old, about to celebrate a birthday to be 37. So I'm not old. You can still be young and be a doctor. But after high school, once you graduate high school, then you go to college for 4 years. Your major in college can be whatever it is you want to be. There's a misconception out there that to be a doctor, you have to go be a science major when you go to college. But if you love dance or if you love music, you can go and be a music major and apply to go to medical school. You do have courses that you have to take. So there are courses that the medical schools want you to have, but you don't have to be a science major. You may be any major it is that you want to. I happen to be a science major. I majored in biology, but that took 4 years. And then medical school is an additional 4 years. And in medical school, you don't choose quite yet what kind of doctor you're going to be. You kind of go through and you learn everything. It's not until you apply to go to residency. And so residency is once you graduate from medical school. It's not until you apply to go to residency where you decide the type of doctor that you want to be. Residency varies depending on the type of doctor you want to be. So with me being a family medicine doctor, my residency was 3 years for different other specialties. So let's say if you want to be a surgeon, that's going to take 5 years. And so different specialties have a different length of time as far as residency. Tips for you all is that although it sounded like I said a lot of as far as school goes, it is worth it. It's an investment in yourself. Being a doctor, you don't have to only just see patients. And so I am coming to you all under Clair Em, which is a set of motivators. And so as a physician, even though I see patients, I also do motivation and also do health coaching. And so it's more that you can do with that besides seeing patients. But it is well worth it. It does take a lot of hard work and dedication, but anything you're going to do in life takes hard work and dedication. I hope you all have a very awesome day. It was awesome to meet you all, and I wish you all the best of luck in your school year.
Hello everyone, my name is Gavino Ramos Jr. I am 36 years old. I just celebrated a birthday, October 4th. I am a professional barber as well as a professional brick mason. I have been a professional barber for, I want to say about 16, going on 16 years. It is very fun. I enjoy doing what I do. It's more to a barbering than just cutting hair. Behind the chair, sometimes you feel as a therapist, you're a friend, you're an uncle, you're a dad to some, you're a big brother to others. It's a very enjoyable experience to be behind the chair and hear so many stories, as well as see some of you little guys grow from little guys to young man to what, as well as have your own families. As far as the brick mason part, I've been a brick mason for about the same time, I've juggled between both of the careers. I would have to say I enjoy cutting hair more than I do laying bricks. It's a lot more labor intensive being a bricklayer, but it does pay very well as the barbering. So, I graduated high school in 2003 and from South Grand Prairie High School, and I went on to Mid-Cities Barber College, and it took about 9 months for me, whereas it may have taken others, a little longer. The career coursing is 9 months to a year, okay? Depending on your scheduling, depending on your life, it can take a little longer, but it is well worth it. Let's see, on an average day for me is going to work early in the morning. Being a barber, you get to set your own schedule, which is one of the things that I like about it. But I go in early in the morning and I leave about 5:30, 6 o'clock, and I cut hair throughout the day. I visit with some very cool, very interesting people, very professional people, some athletes, professional athletes, some aspiring models, So it is a very, very fun career. My tips for you guys would be to definitely set your goals and reach for your goals. Reach for your goals and work hard. Work very hard, because anything in life worth having is going to be worth the fight. Okay? And definitely work on you guys' discipline and be courageous out there. And you can achieve anything that you set your mind to.